I feel like summertime is one of those seasons where we don't want to spend a lot of time in the kitchen, and throwing together breakfasts that are easy and simple is something that's high on my priority list. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some super simple, nourishing, and healthy summer recipes that you can throw together for your and your family's breakfast that everybody will love. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Jessica, and here on my channel, we focus on all things mom life. So whether that's cooking or cleaning or finding efficient and effective ways to take care of our family, but everything we do in this space does have a bit of a healthy twist. So if that sounds like something that you might be interested in, I would love it if you would take 2 seconds and hit the big red subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss a single video. All right, let's head into my kitchen and toss together these delicious and nourishing breakfast recipes. We're gonna jump right in with a very quick, very easy, and an all-time favorite summer recipe for me and my family, and that is a smoothie. This one I fondly refer to as a superhero smoothie. My kids love this one. Essentially, any smoothie that you throw together in the summertime that has pineapples, mangoes, and refreshing flavors is something that will definitely check all the boxes for any summer recipe. So I'm adding 3 big handfuls of greens along with 1 full banana, the juice of an entire lime. We're essentially trying to make our own at-home key lime yogurt. Now, if that's something that you would rather purchase at the store, please feel free to do so, but I'm just using the juice of a full lime, and then I will be adding in our own unflavored full-fat coconut yogurt. The tanginess of the lime and the coconut yogurt mixed with the greens, the banana, and the oat milk is so delicious and refreshing to have in the morning time. For all of the recipes that I'm sharing with you today, please be sure to check the description box down below for the exact measurements and assembly instructions if you want to follow along and make these at home. Another great part of making smoothies is if there's any extra left over, you can pour them into popsicle molds and then enjoy them later in the afternoon if you're playing outside. That's a big hack I used to do with both my son and my daughter when they were little and they were teething. I would always freeze extra smoothies and make them into teething frozen treats and popsicles. But I highly doubt that you'll have much of this one left over. It's so thick, so creamy, refreshing, and the perfect hint of sweetness on a summer morning. If you are a subscriber of my channel or you follow me on Instagram, you're probably sick of hearing me saying this, but in the summertime, I don't like to spend a ton of time in the kitchen. I live in Michigan where it was snowing as of 3.5 or 4 weeks ago. So now that the weather is beautiful, I want to be outside enjoying my time with my family. So I like to make a lot of easy recipes in the summertime, and these zucchini cookies fit right into that equation. It's something I can throw together on Saturday or Sunday during my meal prep. I can make a double batch and even freeze half, and I can pair one of these cookies with a green juice, or better yet, with that smoothie. Serve it to my kids in the morning. I know that their diet is thus chocked full of nutrition first thing in the morning, and it's something easy that doesn't leave me doing a ton of dishes and in the kitchen cooking for hours. Now, if you make these cookies prior to making your smoothie and you remove all of this juice, be sure to save it and use it as the base instead of that oat or that coconut milk, or in combination with those. It will make your smoothie so delicious and full of extra nutrition without altering the flavor. Whenever I remove the liquid from a zucchini, I always save the liquid. I freeze it if it's something I'm not going to be using in the next couple days, and I'm always sure to use it in whether it's popsicles, smoothies, or any juices that I'm making for my kids. These breakfast cookies are so delicious. I like to double up the vanilla in here because my kids really like a vanilla cookie, especially for breakfast. I just blend everything together really thoroughly before I combine it with my dry ingredients. They're a cinch to pull together, and I promise you that you should most likely double this recipe and make a double batch. Either your children will eat it all immediately, or you can freeze half because these will be a huge hit in your household. I'm going to just gently fold in my zucchini. I don't want to overmix this because I like the texture and fluffiness that you get from having the zucchini mixed in with this mixture with the oats. So I'm just going to gently fold that in before I add in a little bit of raw cacao nibs. And you could also use dairy-free chocolate chips, whatever you prefer or you have on hand. But if you do go with those raw cacao nibs, you get those extra antioxidants, and it gives your kids that sweet sensation of having chocolate for breakfast, which is a huge hit if you're serving them cookies with chocolate. It's a clear winner in this house. So I throw these on the baking sheet, bake them up. I allow them to fully cool before I go ahead and store them because they do tend to crumble if you don't allow that. And likewise, because I'm using coconut oil in this mixture, they do serve beautifully directly out of the refrigerator after the coconut oil has had a chance to sit. Be sure to check the description box down below for the full recipes, assembly instructions, and breakdown for all of the ones that I'm sharing with you today. And then make sure that you tag me on Instagram if you recreate any of these for you and your family. I love to see your recreations, and I always try my best to share them on my stories. Now moving into a recipe that I think you all will love. I shared a savory oatmeal on my channel about a year or a year and a half ago, and you guys loved it. I've never had a recipe recreated more than that. So I thought it was time to come up and create another savory recipe. So this is a Mexican oatmeal bowl that you and your family will be asking for more of. This is so delicious and a cinch to pull together. It's essentially a taco in oatmeal form. By this time, the cookies are ready to remove from the baking sheet and allow them to fully cool on the wire rack for about 10 to 15 minutes before you store them in an airtight container. Once the garlic has become fragrant, after about 3 to 4 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and squeeze in a full lime into here and let that cook for a little bit longer before I add in our spices. I'm going to toss in some paprika along with our Southwestern style taco mix. I absolutely love this mix. I'm going to let that blend together for 1 to 2 minutes, and then I will actually toss in the oats dry to absorb some of this flavor before I add in the rest of the water to allow the oats to fully cook. But I like to add the oats in dry just a little bit because I find that it gives them a little bit more of a sauteed flavor before they actually go ahead and boil and cook all the way through. Now you could easily double this recipe and save it as a great lunch option. I have definitely done that before, and even for lunch I've reheated it on the stove and sliced up some chicken breast and served it to myself and the kids for lunch, and it's a huge hit. For breakfast I'm keeping it simple. I'm putting a little bit of salsa and some chopped fresh cilantro and sliced avocado. You could also add on a fried egg if that's something that you would like, but most of the time I just keep it simple and easy to throw together these ingredients because I know it's something that my family really enjoys. Out of all of the recipes, I highly encourage you to give this one a try. Savory oatmeal is such a huge hit in my family, and it's something that we adore and we recreate frequently. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and if you liked this video, you can let me know by giving it a big thumbs up, and then be sure to hit that subscribe button. It's right over here on the screen now. That way you don't miss a single video, and I hope to see you back here next Thursday.